And now, live in studio, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes.
Yes, here we are again, another day committed to picking a fight with the mainstream media, always providing you the timely truth centered around real estate, credit, finance, estate, and tax planning. 85 plus categories that we are focused on being your number one consumer advocate. It's all about helping you understand more about your buying decisions and avoiding a lot of the commission-based advice that's so prevalent out there in our communities. And we want to engage with you. We want this show to be a little bit active. You know, it's not just to sit back and listen. We're going to entertain, we're going to educate, but most importantly, we want to engage with you so that we can help you win.
The only thing I'm addicted to right now is winning.
Now, there's multiple ways that you can engage. You can call our hotline, 813-670-7372. That's our consumer advocate hotline number, 813-670-7372. Now, we've had an uptick in calls and text messages lately. We really appreciate all those who are reaching out and getting involved with the show. It's more about our radio family here. We want you to be our family, and we want to help you just like we would our family members. And also consumerqb.com. You can see links to all of our expert contributors, all their contact information, some of our current events, things happening there, videos at consumerqb.com. So check it out and let us be a resource for you. And this is Intelligent Talk Radio. I've got some intelligent folks here in studio with me today. Diane, Vance, welcome back in.
Oh, glad to be here, Brandon.
Yes.
Thank you for
coming.
having me.
Hey, my pleasure. Yeah. Fairway Independent Mortgage, local lender, national lender, but you're local here. Correct. And supporting a local economy.
Yep. Our team is local. Operations, processing, closing, everything is in our branch. So,
yeah.
Yep, locally.
That's awesome. And today we're going to talk a little bit more about some veteran-type loans.
Correct. Yep, we're going to talk about veterans and VA loans and what they can expect.
Absolutely. Awesome. And we got a great event coming up, by the way, the Veterans and Heroes Financial Success Summit. You're going to be one of the speakers there.
Correct.
Captain Matt Bruce, Attorney Joseph Pippin, myself. We're going to have William Crowley talking about credit improvement. That's going to be a fun event. And September 12th, save the date, and you'll hear some of our spots out there running as well where you can register on Eventbrite. Also in studio, Tina Russell. Welcome back in.
No, thank you, Brandon. It's so good to be here again. I am privileged to be on your show. I love it. I love the information that you have each segment, and I'm just honored to be here to help people win.
Excellent. Now your company is Envision Home Staging. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yep, Envision Home Staging. We are located in Pinellas County and Clearwater area, but we go all around the Tampa Bay area. And basically, our company, as you say, we like to help people win. A lot of times our clients are in the middle of projects and things like that, and we just simply help them, complete that project, their timelines, and we make it happen. We try to.
Yeah.
So today we're going to be talking about how flexible our company is to help you win.
Yeah, that's awesome. And we want to give a shout out to our restaurant partner, the Lucky Dill, the official restaurant partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show, the Lucky Dill Restaurant right here in Tampa on Boy Scout Boulevard, Palm Harbor on US 19, and online at luckydilldeli.com. But they've got some great food over there, home of the sandwich that ate Brooklyn. Excellent food, very fun ambiance. It's kind of got that New York style sports theme, and the staff is very friendly. Great staff over there at the Lucky Dill. I love going and having lunch after we do our show here. And restaurant, deli, New York City bar, Brooklyn bakery, catering, banquets. You can host events there as well. The Lucky Dill Deli. Check them out. Let them know the Real Estate Quarterback sent you. And we are, as you know, I'm a top listing agent here in Tampa Bay. We have a couple of hot listings I want to let you know about. This one is on Mandalay, 861 Mandalay Avenue on Clearwater Beach. This is a gorgeous opportunity, great property, and we are waiting on professional photography to come in, but this is just a sample. If you're watching our TV show on Apple TV, Amazon Fire TV, Roku, search up Binge Networks, and you'll be able to see our TV show version of our program here. 861 Mandalay Avenue in Clearwater Beach. This is a great opportunity. You're literally 200 steps from the beautiful soft sands, the sugar sands of Clearwater Beach, the dolphin-filled waters of Clearwater Beach. 2-bedroom, 2-bath property on the beach. Open house going on this weekend. Also, another waterfront property bringing you back to Tampa here. This one is on Schooner Way. Now, this property, it's in the 33615 zip code, and I used to live in that zip code for a number of years, but this is an awesome opportunity. Great community here as well. It's on a waterfront canal. We've got a pool. It's freshly designed, redesigned on the inside. My wife is an interior designer, and she, not interior designer, feng shui. So she went in and did some of the feng shui with the owner and looked at, hey, what can we do to make this property up to date? So freshwater canal, boat dock, leads out to the bay. The home is in desirable Bayport community. Check out all of our listings at PlatinumMVPTeam.com. PlatinumMVPTeam.com. All right, so let's jump right into it. We got Diane, Vance here in studio, Fairway Independent Mortgage, talking about ways that people can, really leverage now. We're in a great time here with the economy. The mortgage rates took another dip, so we're looking at 40 to 50-year lows still.
Oh, yes.
What a great time to be involved in real estate.
It's a great time to buy. Interest rates are down. It's an excellent time to buy. Don't wait. You
Yeah.
need to do it now. So, it's definitely a good day. Good time, good day. If you are looking within the next few months to move, you need to don't wait till next year. Do it this year.
Yeah.
And get it done. There are houses out there for sale. Today I want to talk about VA loans, since we're going to be doing the veterans event.
Yes.
I would like to tell the veterans out there that thank you for your service. My son-in-law is a lifetime in the Army. He's
Nice.
he's been in 13 years, so
Wow.
so very familiar with the VA loan. My family was in Vietnam, and my father, everybody. So I'm a big family veteran,
Yeah.
person. So I know the struggles they go through.
Right.
So a VA loan is a 0% down interest rate, or a 0% down program.
Down payment, yeah.
Down payment. So anybody can purchase, and they're actually raising the zero down program. They're supposed to announce it very soon. They're going to increase the zero down. Right now, you can purchase $1 million home, but what they do is they take the maximum loan that's allowed, the $484,350, and let's say it's $584,000. They take that $100,000, and you only had to put 25% of that $100,000 down of the difference.
Okay.
So, but what they're doing is changing that to actually, and it's been circulating, but it actually hasn't been finalized. So they're talking about increasing that.
Yeah.
So, and if you're a veteran that has any disability or any type of, you're exempt from what is called a funding fee. Typically, there's a funding fee that helps support the VA loans so that they don't have to put money down, and that goes into a fund for all VA loans. But if you are a wounded veteran or a veteran that has any disability from the military, then you get it's nothing. So
Wow.
it's exempt.
I like that.
Yeah. So it's a great way to buy. They're more lenient on the credit. They're more lenient. The minimum credit score is 580. They are more
Wow.
lenient on the debt-to-income ratio. They really try to help their veteran.
Yeah.
As a service to them,
Yep.
and to thank them for their service. So it's a great way to buy.
Yeah, it really is. It's one of the great parts of our government. One of the things they actually got right when they get so many things wrong.
Correct.
I think Congress has a 10% approval rating. 10
Yeah.
to 12%.
Right.
So a lot of things that they're bickering about. The bipartisan stuff. It's just. But when it comes to real estate, it's a great time to do it. And I would like to also just kind of ask you, looking at what's happening geopolitically, looking at some of these things happening in China. I mean, they're sitting in the airport. They shut the airport down. There's a lot of these issues that you kind of think, wow, they've got escalating tariffs going on. Why wait? I mean, that right there makes me think, do it now.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. So today there was some numbers that came out this morning that actually were positive, but all of the issues that if they get actually fixed,
Yeah.
or if they actually can fix them,
Yep.
it will make interest rates move upward.
Upward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So because the economics it's a mixed bag, but economic wise, we're doing pretty well as a country globally.
Sure.
It affects it as well. So all this stuff that's going on definitely affects it. So they are talking about lowering interest rates. They're talking about the Fed actually increase rates too quickly, which is unfortunate. But it happened. And but interest rates are down. You can get interest. I mean, when I bought my first home, it was 8 3/4, and that was a deal.
Mm-hmm.
Today, you can get interest rates in the 3s and the 4s, depending on your credit score.
Yeah.
So just depending on what you have as far as your credit score, and I can help people, help them improve their credit. So, and you're going to have a credit repair person at the summit.
That's right.
So any veteran out there that wants to do that, that's a great thing to get you ready to buy. But it's a good time to buy.
Yeah, when you look at the situation of China going into negative savings,
Correct.
China just went into a negative position, which we saw in the 01-09 crisis.
Correct.
Back then we saw a lot of countries going into that negative status. So I think that's part of what's fueling our decisions. Is hey, if they're going to drop theirs, we need to drop ours,
Correct.
and to kind of stay quid pro quo and all that good stuff. But it's interesting to see. So when we come back, I want to talk more about renters and how we can help renters get into home ownership. I think that's really a market that people they don't understand how much money they're really paying over what they could actually afford if they were to buy. And then more from Tina Russell as well coming up with home staging, interior design, some of that, what's going on in the market, what's hot, what's not. We're going to jump into all that here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. And our feel-good story of the day, 60 farmers harvest crop for neighbor battling cancer. Stay with us right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
Thanks for listening to my daddy's show. For more information, go to consumerqb.com.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
Hey, Brandon Rhymes.
This is the Cannabis Podcast, powered by Trulieve on Radio Influence. It's an inside look and the scientific facts in and around the world of medical cannabis. Now, here is your host, Ian Beckles.
He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. listening to the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-670-7372.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. We love helping our buyers, sellers, and investors win in their real estate deals, their negotiations, and helping them maximize the exposure on the sale of their properties. That's one thing we take great pride in. And of course, we syndicate our show now out to Apple TV, Amazon Fire TV, Roku, Sony TV, and about 85 other smart TV outlets. So whichever outlet you're on, just search Binge Networks, and you'll be able to find the Consumer Quarterback Show there. Of course, consumerqb.com is your #1 resource. You can submit an email form at the website. We would love to help you with your real estate property search. Got some hot property here, vacant land. We've got some vacant land available. Boy Scout Road in Odessa, Florida. We've got a $2.498 million parcel of land. Beautiful opportunity here. 10 acres with 2 separate 5-acre home sites. And these are beautiful estate-style home sites on a large lake. This is a great opportunity to own right off of Tarpon Springs Road, Boy Scout Road. You've probably driven that before in the Odessa area. 18117 Boy Scout Road, and also Burrell Road is the other side of the property. 18150 Burrell Road, Odessa. Great opportunities. Perfect to build a nice estate-style home, and calling all horse lovers, equestrian, rodeo, polo, horseback riding, any type of equestrian, this is the place for you. Check out PlatinumMVPTeam.com for all of our real estate listings, PlatinumMVPTeam.com. All right, so we're going to talk with Tina Russell here, Envision It Home Staging, EnvisionItHomeStaging.com. And interesting story. So you worked together with my wife on that property that we were mentioning, the Schooner Way.
Yes, cool. I did, Brandon. It was such an honor. She's so easy to work with and made it my job easy. You know, as you said, she went in and worked with the owner to pick out the colors, how to enhance the property. You know, the home is, at least 20 years old. And I tell you what, though, it had really some awesome, natural features like the hardwood floor and the beams, in the formal living room and the formal dining room. So I really enjoyed this project, working with her and, helping the owner, succeed in his goal in getting the house on the market, when he wanted.
It looks nice. It really, it's a night and day. You're able to, and I think that's a perfect example of what you talk about, Tina, is it doesn't have to cost a ton of money. It costs you some paint to paint over the old wood look. You turn it into the new vintage white or whatever color you guys used. Yeah,
it really was. It was really great. I love the natural floors. We got a few pics. If he pulls them up here, this is where the formal living room and the formal dining room, that's what we made it into, to create a vision for the potential buyer. And I just love the hardwood floors, to the right. Normally I would put down, obviously a rug, accent rug, but I thought, what, we're going to show off these floors. I think it looks amazing that way with the natural beauty, and also the natural lighting coming in. So we just gave it a contemporary look there. And this is actually family room combo sitting room, and it's kind of broken up. It's a little small, but we thought, what, we're going to open this up and create a space there to make it look open. So we put up actually the floating bookshelf there that you see, and created a little seating area, because that's kind of an odd space, but now it doesn't look so odd. And then we just put in a smaller sectional there, which really fits really nice and cozy. And so it just simply worked, and Lindsay did a great job in picking out the grays and the neutral colors in the home. And this is the master bedroom. As we said, as I said earlier, we work with clients that are in the middle of the projects, and we really work along, with the team.
Sure.
So I basically came in behind Lindsay, and then of course all of the contractors, and we really just made it happen. And so this is the master bedroom and the seating area. She chose really nice flooring for this home and the nice gray walls throughout the home. And so we just went ahead and created a contemporary look, and actually I put in black. This is a black onyx finish, and you know what? I thought, I think it looks amazing. So we chose that.
Floor out so
sure
nicely.
Does. Yeah. Normally I would most of the time possibly use a white, headboards and things like that. But this particular home, I was like, I think this would look amazing. And actually those throw pillows in the accent chairs are actually a very pastel pink.
Oh,
so
cool.
we threw a little pink in there.
Yeah.
So and so we just basically what we did with this home, going along with Lindsay and the colors and the style and the character of the home, we also brought in that little bit of that rustic feel. So this is on the opposite wall where you've seen the floating bookshelf. So we brought in that natural wood.
Yep.
Coming from the front door all the way out. So that's basically what I do. I try to go with the character of the home, but also keep the original.
You know what when I see this right here? I see big window, huge windows through the screen. I mean, you have almost the outdoor inside. It feels like.
Yeah.
It's so nice.
Yeah, for real. So this house it's a pretty good sized home. It's like 2,800 square feet, I believe. But when they open it all up, wow, you're just adding the square footage there.
Yeah.
And it is actually very amazing. We really like the house, and it's funny because every time we get done with a project, we're like, wow, we really like this house.
Yeah. I want to move in.
Maybe I want to move in.
Yeah. So, and all the bedrooms are upstairs. I think most, except the master. The master's downstairs, and the other bedrooms are upstairs. So that's kind of cool. You have that. The kids can go upstairs. You enjoy downstairs. And,
and entertain your guests. Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. So if you just joined us, I'm your host, Brandon Rhymes. We're talking with Tina Russell here in studio, Envision It Home Staging. She's an expert in the area of home staging, design, interior design, and doing a great job with a lot of our real estate properties, folks in the Tampa Bay market. She's been serving this market for a long time. So when for the listener that's maybe out there driving, they're thinking, hey, this is something I maybe want to spruce up. I'm not thinking about selling, but maybe I just want to spruce up my living area. What can you say to them?
Yeah, well, we would love the opportunity. We do offer free consulting, so I'll simply, if you give me a call, I'll simply just, come to your home, give you a few tips, and then if you want to go ahead, then you know what, we will create a package that will fit your budget.
Yeah.
And honestly, it really doesn't take much. Like we talked in the last show, we know how to do it and really change the ambiance of your home with just maybe $1,000, honestly.
Yeah. And if you look at the opportunity to when we go back to what a hot real estate market it is, I'm looking at the stats from last month. They just came out. So it's still a seller's market in most areas. It's a seller's market.
Yeah.
And I think it's the fact that we've got, I think, around 1,500 folks moving from out of state now into the state of Florida. And then of their choices in Florida, a lot of them are choosing Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
So we look at that. There's a lot of different factors when it comes to that. But what a great opportunity for people to buy and sell. And you can say, some people say, well, how can it be a great time to sell and buy? It's just one of those unique times in history where it is.
It sure is.
Yeah.
You get the best of both worlds, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes. Just in a small speck of where we live in Pinellas County, I seen in the last 30 days that 49 homes sold. And I was like, wow, 49 homes sold.
Yes.
And, what I share with potential clients that we deal with is the fact that, simply home staging really just helps people envision themselves living there, which is very powerful, and it also just simply enhances, your home and causes your home to stand out on the market because it is competitive, even though, like you said, it's a very unique market, so it's really just about helping people, envision themselves living there. Because every person that walks into your home, if you have it on the market, is a potential buyer.
That's right.
So,
yeah, absolutely. So what a great time to be involved with real estate. We talk a lot about, as well, the marketing strategy. It really comes down to a strategy. When you look at the homes that sell fast, the homes that sell for the right price with less price reductions, they're staged. They are professionally designed. They're clean. They're, it's crisp. You walk in, you don't see spider webs. I mean, just some of the basic stuff. You've got the curb appeal. And that's a big difference. I think people don't realize.
It's a huge difference, especially like you had just mentioned, Brandon, how many people are transitioning to Florida.
Yeah.
You know, they need a home to move into. A lot of those people that are coming down, you know, we think of just the buyer, but you're missing the fact of thinking further, you know, what about the family? What about the kids? What about school? What about, you know, when do they got to start their job? So basically with our company, we not only will stage the home, but if you have a potential client that, you know, offers on your home that we have staged, then we will also, you know, consider the fact of creating a package for them to buy our furniture. So if they wanted to do that, that is also an option where, you know, basically what we do is just expand, hoping to expand your abilities to see that, you know, it's further than just selling your home. It's about actually solving the problem for those that are transitioning and moving to Florida. So
yeah, absolutely. Okay, so coming up in the show too, we're going to talk about 4 things. This is from the great Jim Rohn, one of my favorites of all time, Jim Rohn. 4 things you can learn from your child. So interesting story here, article that I read. And also we're going to talk with Diane Vance more about rental opportunities, or buying opportunities for renters rather, and to get into home ownership and leverage the bank's money, other people's money, how to build wealth, how to grow your personal wealth through that, and leave a better legacy for your family. That's something that's very important, I think, as well. And also our feel-good story of the day is a good one. You got 60 farmers who harvest crops for a neighbor that's battling cancer. So find out about how these folks in Washington came together to help a neighbor. And follow us online at Brandon Rhymes 1 on Instagram and Twitter at Brandon Rhymes 1. And, of course, the Consumer Quarterback Show page on Facebook. We would love to connect with you there and get involved with our events. We've got really awesome events coming up, and it's all about, you know, helping you as your consumer advocate and helping others right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. We'll be right back after this short timeout. Don't go anywhere.
Hey, I'm Ken Shamrock, and you're here with Consumer Quarterback Show. And I say, Brandon Rhymes, knock out your competition.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
This is the Cannabis Podcast, powered by True Leaf on Radio Influence. It's an inside look and the scientific facts in and around the world of medical cannabis. Now, here is your host, Ian Beckles.
He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. listening to the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Brandon Rhymes here, your host of the Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. We appreciate you hanging out with us here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, Tampa Bay and the Gulf Coast region's #1 consumer advocate program. And this segment is brought to you by the Bilmar Beach Resort, the official hotel partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Beautiful Bilmar Beach Resort on beautiful Treasure Island, Florida. And it's filled with fantastic and generous amenities to make your vacation that much more special. I love visiting the Bilmar Beach Resort. They've got 2 pools on site, Sloppy Joe's restaurant and beach bar, and it's just a great time. They've got a couple restaurants on site as well. Beautiful area. You can walk around and kind of enjoy some of the other local locations there as well. Bilmar Beach Resort. Check them out online. Book direct with Bilmar Beach Resort, or give them a call. Let them know the Real Estate Quarterback sent you. Talk to Clyde Smith. He's the general manager over there. Super cool guy, and he does a great job. Their whole team is a very friendly staff there at the Bilmar Beach Resort, the official hotel partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. I got a hot listing here at 913 Hammock Pine. This property is right there in Clearwater. Great location. Only $129,000 for this property. Hammock Pine Boulevard in Clearwater. It's a gorgeous 2-2 condo right in a nice community, close to the mall. The walkability, everything's really nice here. Very clean 2-bedroom, 2-bath condo with in-unit laundry. That's a big plus as well. Vacant land available in Pinellas County, 1401 Seminole Boulevard. This is a property that is 0.82 acres, and this property, it's prime for development. You've got general use, ideal for office, medical, retail, restaurant, goods and services, 200 feet of frontage located on Seminole Boulevard as well. And I just took a listing yesterday that's right down the road, so I've got another parcel of land very close to this exact location. So check out all of our properties at PlatinumMVPTeam.com. PlatinumMVPTeam.com. And big shout out to our veterans out there. Our veterans, our active military, our first responders, medical, our seniors, folks that are in those situations. We got an event coming up on September 12th, Thursday, September 12th, Veterans and Heroes Real Estate and Financial Summit. We want to check it out. We'd love to have you check it out. It's on eventbrite.com. Just search Veterans and Heroes Real Estate and Financial Success Summit, put on by the Consumer Quarterback Show. 860 The Answer, Captain Matt Bruce is going to be there. Diane Vance, our expert contributor for the mortgage side, is going to be there. William Crowley, a.k.a. the Credit Magician, he's going to be speaking, as well as attorney Joseph Pippin. Joseph Pippin also has a morning show, one of the longest-running real estate talk shows in the state. I think he is the longest-running show. So great lineup, and it's going to be a great time. Catered food from Amici's Catered Cuisine. And come on out and hang out with us there. It's going to be in the evening, 6 to 9 p.m. on Thursday the 12th, September 12th, Veterans and Heroes Financial Success Summit. All right, we're back here in studio helping you win. That's our #1 goal. We got Diane Vance in the house. Fairway Independent Mortgage. Always talk about supporting your local lender. Tina Russell as well, Envision at Home Staging, and 2 of our best expert contributors here talking about real estate. So what I wanted to talk about, let's go to the renters first, and we're going to jump into this 4 things you can learn from your child. Interesting article, compliments of the late and great Jim Rohn. But renters, man, leaving a lot of money out there.
Oh yeah, you probably spend over a 5-year period about $89,000 that you're paying for somebody else's mortgage. So why not put that money into yours and actually build wealth through your real estate?
That's right.
I was talking about my very first home I bought it for many years ago.
Yeah.
Bought it for $46,000 and I sold it for $82,000.
Nice.
About 5 years later. So you're always building wealth, not only in the payment, but just in the appreciation. So if you're paying $1,200 a month, you can purchase a home possibly for $200,000, depending on, there's homes out there. There's ways to do things. So it's definitely a way to do it.
Yeah.
So
depending on tax tag and title.
Yeah, all that good
HOAs.
stuff. Yeah, disclaimer there.
Think about that. $1,200 a month.
Yeah.
You're buying 180 to 200 plus
yeah,
thousand
depending
home.
on the taxes, right?
I mean, it's amazing to be able to do that, but I just think it takes a mental shift. And
Yes.
a lot of folks that are listening to this, maybe you're financially secure. It's not you, but maybe it's your nephew, your niece, someone in your family that could benefit from this information. We would love to talk to them, and we've got a great team that's going to provide them non-commission based advice. That's the whole thing, and that's what we take great pride in. We set this show up 6 years ago with that theme in mind, because there's some industries where I pick on the financial advising industry a lot of times because Tony Robbins, one of my mentors, wrote a book, Money Master the Game. But you talk about an industry where you can literally make a bad deal. It's the same. There's certain things where you can invest in a product, a mutual fund. 95% of mutual funds don't outperform the market, and so they overcharge for underperformance.
Correct.
And it's the equivalent of paying $30,000 for a Honda Accord or paying $300,000 for that same Honda Accord. No other industry can you find that, and that's why we're kind of the whistleblower here. We're the ones that are letting you know about these things that you may not understand.
Yeah.
And they pick on us in the real estate and mortgage industry over a point here, a point there.
Yeah.
But these so-called financial advisors, these wealth advisors, I'm a financial architect, whatever they call themselves. The big question is make sure they're fiduciary. Okay, so I'll get off that little bunny trail. I'll come off of that one. But so renters definitely, and here's another thing that we talk about from time to time. With the conventional financing, owner-occupied up to 4 units. You get up to 4 units for an owner-occupied.
Correct.
So tell me about where we could go with that,
Well,
Diane.
you can do it under FHA as well. So you can do it under conventional and FHA. You can actually, if you're a primary residence and you move into that, you can actually get credit for those other units that you're actually buying. So if you buy a duplex or a triplex or a fourplex, you can actually get that credit towards your mortgage.
Okay.
So now the down payments are different with when you go above a 3 and 4 unit.
Yep.
But as far, you can do it FHA or conventional. So it's definitely something to think about. If you can find a duplex or a fourplex and move into it, you have automatic income.
Yeah. So let's say you buy a $300,000 property. Mm-hmm. It's got 4 units. Mm-hmm. Of those 4 units, those are all 2-bedroom, 2-bath. So all 2 twos. Mm-hmm. You could rent those out. Again, let's just use your $1,200. Let's use your $1,200 number. Yeah. So you got $1,200. So you've got 12. That's $3,600 a month.
It's going to write off your mortgage.
Absolutely. So my point is, you're living for free. I mean, if you can find a triplex, a duplex, a quad. That's really the way to build wealth. And then, I don't want to live next to someone that I'm renting to. I don't want to be in that situation. Okay, well, do it for a year.
That's right.
Suck it up.
Well,
do it for a year.
And then you rent it out yourself. Rent both places out. I mean, that is the way to build wealth through real estate.
Yeah,
so,
it really is.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about this story. Interesting story from Jim Rohn, one of my favorites. He was, I remember my uncle passed away last year, and he was, was in his 80s, but he gave me CDs when I was a kid. I was a teenager, and he said, "Listen to this. This is Jim Rohn. He's the best." He's like a Tony Robbins back then, right? And that's actually Tony's mentor. By the way, if you just joined us, Brandon Rhymes here in studio with Diane, Vance, and Tina Russell. So we're talking about Jim Rohn, 4 things you can learn from your child. Okay, so, and it starts off by saying, remember the master teacher once said 2,000 years ago, unless you can become like little children, your chances are 0. You haven't got a prayer, quote. It says this is a major consideration for adults. Okay, so number 1, it says, be like children. And remember, there are 4 ways to be more like children, no matter how old you get. Number 1 is curiosity. I love that. Curiosity, it says that, what will kids do if they want to know something bad enough? You're right. They're going to bug you, right? They're going to keep bugging you. They're persistent.
Ask. Why?
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 Yeah.
Okay, why?
Yeah. So they're learning, So curiosity, what's the key to curiosity then? What would you say for children? The curiosity, it's gonna keep their brain active. It's gonna keep them stimulated. They're gonna be thinking, the curiosity side, and I think that's where a lot of adults go wrong because they think they know it all.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
You can always learn.
In that negotiation book I've been studying for a long time now, he says, some of the worst negotiators are intelligent, smart people because they think they know everything already. They're not open. Okay, so number 1 was curiosity. Number 2 is excitement. It says learn to get excited like a child. There's nothing that has more magic than childish excitement. Think about that one.
It's true. You look at a young, a 4 or 5 year old, and they get so excited when they see you or anything. It could be a small little thing.
Yeah.
Oh, my kids, every day, there's always something. I love my youngest one. He constantly keeps the excitement going, so he keeps me young.
Yeah. And it says, well, I'm a little too mature for all that childish excitement, So that's the wrong mentality to have, right? You got to have that happiness aspect in your life, the happiness effect. If you're smiling, it's gonna protrude into your relationships. It's gonna open people up more. And if you're smiling, often when you're negotiating it, in that book, he talks about how you're less likely to get caught off guard. If you're always smiling, you're smiling at the negative stuff too.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right, so number 3 is faith. Faith is childish. How else would you describe it? Some people say, let's be adult about this. Oh, no. So
My kids challenge me on that at least 3 or 4 times a week, Brandon.
Yeah.
Always seeing ahead of the game, which I love them. I teach them that. I teach them, faith, I believe. In faith, but I tell you what, then that comes back to challenge you as a parent, when they begin to really expand their horizons, their mind, what they see for themselves. And my daughter just did that to me a couple of months ago and wants to go to Paris. And I thought, yeah, in the future we'll go to Paris someday. I don't feel like spending $10,000 or whatever
on a trip
a trip just for me and you. Like that doesn't financially make sense right now. And she's like, but Mom, and she kept going on and on and on. Well, what if I get a job and this and that? So of course I couldn't be that parent of no. I said, you know what? If you believe you could get a job at 14, you go ahead. And do you know that within 1 week she went and got a job?
Nice.
So guess where you're going?
Guess where I'm going? Yeah.
There you go.
I got to somehow fit that in my budget.
Yeah. So faith is in there. And then number 4 is trust. So trust is a childish virtue, but it has great merit. Have you heard the expression "sleep like a baby"?
Yes.
Yeah. So that's cool.
I think as adults we need to go back to that, sleep like a baby, because of all the stress and all the things that we face all the time. I think that is a challenge, but I also think to be successful that you have to, learn how to de-stress so that you can continue, and being successful in everyday life.
Yeah.
Just think if children didn't have any negativity from when they're small to when they become an adult. I mean, just think about what an
beauty
amazing world it would be.
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah. You wouldn't have any of those wars or.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
When you
Good,
learn
very
at
good point.
5 years old, treat others like you want to be treated. So,
That's right.
It really is the basis of childhood.
Yeah, it sure
really
is.
is.
The golden rule.
Yeah.
Right?
It's true.
Yeah.
All right, stay with us right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. More from Diane, Vance in the house, Tina Russell as well. And our feel-good story of the day is coming up. We got 60 farmers harvest crop for neighbor battling cancer right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. And we'll be right back after this short timeout. Don't go anywhere.
This is Chris Voss, former FBI lead hostage negotiator and owner of the Black Swan Group, and you're listening to Consumer Quarterback Show hosted by my friend Brandon Rhymes.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
Ian Beckles here with my man
That goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-670-7372.
All right, we're back here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. And we want to help you sell, buy, invest in real estate. It's all about, you as the consumer, maximizing the exposure on your listings, helping you negotiate a great deal. I'm a certified negotiation expert. I teach courses at GTAR and Pro, so we are going to be joining a winning team if you work with us. We're going to help you. Brothers Easy Moving is the official moving partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show, and I can tell you from firsthand experience that they are a first-class organization. They did a great job with my family's move. We moved into our lake house some 6-8 months ago. They did a great job, I can tell you. They showed up. They were on time. They were very friendly. And it was just a great experience. And whether you're planning either a local move or even a long-distance move, check out Brothers Easy Moving. Let them know that the real estate quarterback sent you and take them up on special offers and incentive just by mentioning that you're a fan of the Consumer Quarterback Show. And every day we're going to tell you something positive in our feel-good segment of the day here.
Tell me something good.
All right, so 60 farmers in Washington came out and harvested the wheat crop of a neighbor who was battling cancer. Larry Yockey owns a 1,200-acre farm in Ritzville, but he has stage 4 skin cancer and can no longer work his fields. So his neighbors came out with their equipment. They were able to complete 3 weeks' worth of harvesting in just 6 hours. It's not describable the gratitude I have for what's going on, Yockey said. And that's the 60 farmers coming together, American farmers coming together in Washington.
Beautiful.
So that's really cool.
Nice.
Look at that. Wow, it's a lineup of all those tractors and combines, and wow, that's awesome, man.
Awesome.
Very
you don't
cool.
see that every day anymore.
Yeah, coming together, man. That's what's great about America. We can do that when we want to.
Right.
We can
when
come
want
together. That's right. All right, let's jump into our lightning round here.
The lightning round.
I am so good at lightning rounds.
I majored in lightning round.
All right, here we go. Top tips, nuggets of advice, parting words of wisdom. Diane, Vance, Fairway Independent Mortgage.
Plan on, if you're a veteran, to come to the Veterans and Home
Veterans and Heroes
Financial Summit on the 12th. And if you want to contact me, DianeVance.com is my website, and any information is on there that you could, a lot of little nuggets in there that you can actually learn.
DianeVance.com. Check them out at DianeVance.com. And that's going to be a great event. That Veterans Heroes Financial Success Summit. It's at the American Legion, post number 5, right there on Kennedy Boulevard. So you're at Del Mabry and Kennedy. I mean, what a hub in Tampa Bay. So I think that's really going to draw a nice crowd for us. Yep. It's on Eventbrite.com. Check out Eventbrite. It's also on Facebook, Facebook.com. So just search up Veterans and Heroes Real Estate and Financial Success Summit. I know it's a long name,
but that's good.
If you start typing Veterans and Heroes, it'll probably come up.
It'll come up.
Yeah, there you go. That's right. All right, so Tina Russell, give us some top tips, nuggets of advice.
So if you're looking to sell your home and you're not going to do staging, just a few quick tips. You want to go with the season. We're entering fall, so it's great to use those oranges and yellows, the warm colors, soft throws, and also scent. Put a little cinnamon smell in your house. It just really helps when people walk in, and that's just simply little things that you can do to enhance a potential sale for your home.
Awesome. Mm-hmm. And I got a strategy for you here. Everybody wants to know, is this person telling me the truth? If you're negotiating with someone, or you're just general life applications here, how to spot a liar. Okay. So number one, what you want to do is just remember the 7-38-55% rule. One of the most famous studies of all time. You've heard a lot of professional speakers talk about it over the years. So 7-38-55% rule. Now, 7% of what someone says is actually attributed to the words, the actual words that they say. 38% is the tone that they deliver that message in. It could be, I love you, or it could be, I love you. How do you read that, right? How does that come out? 55%, the overwhelming majority, is the body language that they utilize and the facial expressions that they utilize to deliver that message. So if you're negotiating with someone and you say, their body language isn't lining up with their words.
Come on.
That's going to lead you to believe, hey, I'm going to ask some more open-ended questions. I'm going to say, I hear you saying yes, especially if you're in sales. I hear you saying yes, but I'm not really feeling that you're completely bought in here. Tell me some more. What's bothering you? Ask those open-ended questions. That's going to help you get to the bottom of it. And then also remember the Pinocchio effect. Researchers dubbed this called the Pinocchio effect. So you remember the great Carlos Collodi, his guy, the nose would grow, right? So when the little boy would lie, the nose would grow. So what that actually means is they named this, the researchers named the Pinocchio effect after the word count. So when somebody's word count is like they're saying all these extra words, they're painting this picture of this elaborate story. It's kind of what there was another researcher that called baffling you with BS, right? So you got to think about the Pinocchio effect.
That.
Yes,
very much.
The Pinocchio effect, much like the nose grew, the word count grows. So when you think about somebody telling this elaborate story with the word count growing and growing, then you understand, okay, maybe I might want to ask some more calibrated questions. I may want to throw out a couple labels and say, it seems like this, or it feels like that, and then see how they follow up that original thought. So there's a couple of tips for you on the negotiation side. We've got about 3 or 4 minutes left. Let's do another round here. Some top tips, nuggets of advice, or any parting words.
Stop running. Stop running and call to find out if you can purchase, and then call you to find out if you can buy a home for that close to what they're paying in the rent.
Yeah.
So it may not be exact, but guess what? You own it.
Now let me ask you something. Have you seen statistics? Because I remember Harvard did a study about 5 years ago with the rents are rising. The rents are rising.
The rents are rising.
So the rents are, I believe, are about 30 to 40% higher than you could actually own for.
Correct. And they keep rising.
Yeah.
So as the economy grows and as there's less inventory, the landlords now know. So either you can become a landlord and be one of those landlords that actually keeps raising the rent, or you can be a homeowner and move into it and it's your own.
Yeah, because the demand's there. I get the calls all the time. Hey, do you have anything to rent? I'm sorry, I don't do rentals. I focus on sales, but I refer them to someone. You get those calls all the time. So it's all about economics, demand, supply.
Yes, and is a way to buy. There's a lot of help out there. You can get. I help my children because I didn't want them to rent. I actually help them with a gift for the down payment.
Yes.
So parents can give, any relative can give a down payment. So there's a lot of ways to get down payments.
Absolutely.
So definitely get it.
Good stuff. Tina Russell, Envision at Home Staging.
Yeah, I guess, I love the fact that what you're talking about is basically doing the mind shift. We're in a market to be able to do that. My oldest son is actually looking to buy a home finally as well. It's been a scary thing, for that first time. So I'm definitely going to refer him to Diane.
Nice.
So that, not just listening to mom, but maybe listen to Diane, so because it really is, knowledge is power, and if we don't understand, then we simply don't understand and we stay at a certain level.
Yeah.
And so, that's why I like your program of just really educating people and making their dreams come true.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, yeah.
I like that a lot. I want to just mention a condo I listed too, 913 Hammock Pine Boulevard in Clearwater. This property, it's perfect location close to the mall right there in Clearwater. Professional pictures are coming soon, but this property is 2-bedroom, 2-bath, Hammock Pine Boulevard in Clearwater. I just want to make sure I got that one in. But I would end the show here by saying develop the discipline of clear thinking and slow thinking instead of reactionary. I was talking to a friend of mine that the other day, that falls victim of this. So you want to think of it as a bucket of silt. So you got this bucket with dirt and it's all cloudy, but the longer you let that bucket settle, the dirt's going to settle and you're going to be able to see through it more clearly. Now, I think that's a great metaphor for life. And Thomas Edison said, thinking is the hardest of all disciplines. So you want to make sure you take your time, you bite your tongue, especially if you're being attacked or if it's a escalating situation. Take your time, bite your tongue, allow yourself to calm, and then you're going to be able to make that much more of a better decision. And you're going to utilize questions, open-ended questions, calibrated questions, and labels when you are in that position, especially if you're negotiating. You can use softening words like perhaps and maybe, instead of being an absolute statement, this is what you're doing. You might want to say, hey, perhaps, or like, it seems like, you're saying this. So that's another strategy there for you. Develop the discipline of clear thinking and slow thinking. Hey, another great show. I want to thank Diane, Vance, Fairway Independent Mortgage, Tina Russell, Envision at Home Staging, and our whole production team behind the scenes putting this thing together. We want you to please go out there and consider committing a random act of kindness. Pack up some food or clothing, donate some blood, multiple ways that you can be a force for good in the community and do something kind for one another. We'll see you next time right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
You've been listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. Whether it's real estate, consumer, or financial advice, let Brandon call your next play. Contact Brandon Rhymes at 813-670-7372. That's 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com. And join us next time for the Consumer Quarterback Show, weekday afternoons at 5 on AM 1380. The Biz.
Are you a real estate agent looking to take your business to the next level and supercharge your marketing? Hi, I'm Brandon Rhymes, owner of Platinum MVP Realty and host of the Real Estate Quarterback Show, syndicated radio and TV show talk program on iHeartRadio, 102.5 The Bone, daily 5 o'clock drive time on 1380 The Biz, and our TV show is on WeBeam TV. We're looking for real estate agents that want to join our team and supercharge their marketing utilizing some of our innovative strategies. We utilize the Real Geeks platform, Facebook marketing, internet marketing, and a lot of the traditional methods as well. Postcard mailers mailed for you, postage, signage, business cards, all paid for by the company. Aggressive real estate splits and ways to help you win in any marketplace. We need you to go out, take applications, and work our plethora of leads that we're generating on a daily basis. Reach out by clicking the form below, and we'd love to have a confidential interview with you.